The following is a production by Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. You can support Lone Star Community Radio by donating and sponsoring programs just like this. For more information, check us out online at irlonestar.com. This segment is brought to you by
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
And we are back today with our second segment. We are hearing from Brian Richardson, also known as the Grinch, and Cindy Lou, who also known as Shelby Gatlin, telling us about, your experiences with Christmas on Main, and you've done this for like 5 years, 4 years. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
It's math.
He has a lot of fun, and then he also actually has a business with the Richardson group of Realtors. So let's talk about the things that's most important, the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who. So, Shelby, was this the first time for you doing this one?
Yes.
This gig?
Yes.
What was it like for you?
It was exciting. Being a mom of 3 myself and seeing their faces light up, seeing me dressed up as Cindy Lou Who, my 9-year-old thought I was cool again, and I was like, yes.
Oh, well, it's cool.
Exactly.
Wait till they're teenagers.
Oh, I'm not ready.
Then you may not be cool again. I don't know. They'll distance themselves. And Brian, you love being the Grinch, right?
Absolutely.
I kind of thought you were going to come in costume today.
I would have ordinarily, but we're bunched up a lot.
You got a lot going on?
Yeah,
and it would
very
kind of
busy
be
world.
Inappropriate to show up.
I'll watch the
As the
entire
Grinch?
city hall dump out. Ooh, it's the Grinch. That kind of popularity we don't need.
So, why do you like doing it?
Well, the idea is lately the Grinch has become increasingly more popular, especially with Jim Carrey re-release of the Grinch, and watching the kids just absolutely, now not the little ones, because it scares the little ones. They don't want to hug a big furry thing, but the kids just light up.
Yeah, the little ones, we kind of have a whole plan where I block him to where they can't see him at all.
Okay.
And they come and stand by Cindy Lou Who, and then he peeks around the corner. So
yeah,
we have a
but it
system.
was fun. That was just watching the kids and the parents. Can I take your picture? And this year, it was 4 to 5 times bigger than last year.
I think we had 5,000 people, don't you think?
Whoa,
Something like that?
yes, it was.
It was
great.
huge. I couldn't even drive the golf cart.
Yeah,
There was
so that was
I just
a
had
wonderful
to get out
thing.
and walk. I'm like, yeah, I can't.
And we're
good.
As many families as were pent up, they needed to get out.
They needed to get out
and
they
have
had
fun. And
So
celebrate Christmas.
Grinch and Cindy Lou kind of just have their own antics and do your own thing. You kind of ad lib with whatever.
Yeah. Stick your tongue out. I hate Christmas. Those kinds of things.
He picked on all the kids for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes the parents. You just kind of got to wrangle him in
Come
a
on.
little bit.
Come on, Mom. First time you've ever done this. Take the picture. Let's go. It was fun. We have a good time with it every year. And just watching the kids light up, that makes it, because it could get boring, but not when they start lighting up. It's great.
Well,
so fun.
And I believe that's why the downtown merchants do this. It's only an hour and a half long, but they put a lot into it. And,
yes,
and
ma'am.
we were talking about how they decorate windows and all of that, and we've done that for 7 years.
That's been
downtown
wonderful.
came alive for
Yes,
sure.
it
And
was
that
great.
really sparked Christmas in our family. That was what really just flipped the switch. We were like, okay, Christmas is here. Let's
It's
do
pretty
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you'll do it again next year.
Well, of
it's
course.
always the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, wherever that lands. Sometimes it's November, as it was this year, and sometimes it's December. You know, you
Perfecto.
both should think about getting involved in our local theaters since you love it so
Really?
much. Just a thought. I mean, you know, there's Stage Right, the Crichton Theater, and then there's the Players Theater Company that does the Owen Theater.
love going to all of their
And they
stuff.
just finished on Sunday with the Elf performance, and then they had a Christmas story over at the Owen, and they play for 3 weeks at a time. But they have other shows. It's a lot of work.
Awesome.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is. No,
But
we,
It's a big commitment.
It's
yeah.
fun.
we know one of the
There's
directors.
I would love to do that.
There's
It's a
so much
blast.
talent in here, in this area. It's every time I go
Sure.
to one of those, I'm blown
Have you
away.
been to
Oh,
the theaters
yes.
before? You know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
ma'am.
I've been to the
Absolutely,
Crichton
100%.
So y'all
and-
should look at it because they have their shows through 22 listed on their websites, and something might, you know, get you interested.
spark
Even
our
a smart,
fancy.
even a little tiny bit, and then you taste it and see.
Absolutely.
How it goes.
That would be
Improv
fun.
is my
Very
specialty,
dramatic.
which
Yeah,
Very,
I mean,
very.
it's just something to think about for 2022. So let's talk about your business side of things. So
Okay.
y'all work together in a business atmosphere too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Yes.
So
ma'am.
tell me about that.
Well, I own a residential real estate company,
Used to
and
before.
who would have thought that during these times real estate would have taken off the way that it did? There's a lot of factors that played into that economically, but just wow, all the realtors that I know, we're tired, but
Buying,
lovingly, yeah,
investing, selling, all of
yes.
it.
all of the above.
All of it. So it's
Yes.
still rapidly
yes.
moving forward.
Last week we've got a downplay. We usually get that. It's very seasonal, but it's still. If you rate this versus all the years before it, this has been the best year in real estate.
Yeah.
Given economic conditions on different parts of the market, all the way across the board, we've been blessed, and we know it.
And yours
And
is
we're very
throughout
thankful.
Montgomery County?
Yeah, all of Montgomery County.
And how do you work together?
I am a mortgage loan officer that Brian so graciously entrusts his clients to me. And honestly, this year has been magnificent to get people into homes.
What's the name of your company?
I work for AmCap Home Loans, and
Okay.
it has been just a blessing of a year, honestly.
Is it easier for people to qualify for a new home?
With rates being as low as they are, yes, it gives them a little bit more buying power. Now there is a little bit more competition whenever we're in a market like this and you have multiple bid situations, but that's why it's important.
So is that still happening? So if I were to list my house for, I don't know, 200,000, I could have several bids for maybe even more than the asking price.
Oh.
Does
Yes,
that
ma'am.
seem to be a normal
That's a sweet
thing?
spot too.
Yeah, that would be, you would be overwhelmed. It would be a tsunami of offers at that price point. Absolutely.
And what's the percentage rate? Is it still around 3?
Yeah, we're looking at around 3. Now the feds have announced that they're going to start creeping up next year. So if you are to look forward to selling or purchasing, I would say do it sooner rather than later.
So with the market being the way it is, if you're the listing person or the seller, you're in a great spot. If you're on the buying side, it's a little bit tougher, but it's worth the struggle.
Because the inventory's low?
Yeah, and it's worth the struggle because if you look at the rates are absolutely historically low. So it's worth the fight. Get in there, get it done, and it's going to be more difficult. But in 3 or 5 years, you're going to be like, "Whew, man, I'm sure glad we bought at this rate," because again, that goes with buying power.
Absolutely.
what can
And
you
when we
get?
say rates are creeping up, let's rewind 3 years ago when rates were 5 and 6. That still is a phenomenal rate on a 30-year mortgage. We're just looking at everyone got so used to seeing a 2 in front of their percentage or a 3 in front of it. We might not see the 2s and the 3s anymore, but we could still see high 3s and low 4s.
So in the past, in the years previously, I mean, I've bought homes when they were double-digit interest, and then you do either an adjustable rate mortgage or you buy it down with points and things like that. Is that happening very often anymore because the interest rates are so much lower?
I mean, we haven't really seen a lot of ARMs. And
Yeah.
also,
I mean,
buying-
I don't encourage that. I think it's a bad
No.
thing.
You're not wrong.
I'm not a gambler,
Yes.
and that's a big gamble. So
Oh, sure.
But people do still have the option to buy down the rate. One thing that I make sure to go over them with is to make sure it makes sense. Are you going to be in this home for 20 years where it's costing you $30 a month to pay down this rate? Like, there's a whole process to it, and there's an in-depth conversation.
They need to be
that.
educated.
Yeah. And
okay.
most of the time, a lot of people are saying, you know what, no, it's not worth that half of a point difference. But
So tell me your website where people could find you.
it is myamcap.com /sgatlin.
Wonderful. And I'll have that information in the description. And Brian, yours is the Richardson Group of Realtors.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is
.com.
.com for a website.
Yes,
and Richardson Group Realtors on Facebook. And do you put photos, images of the homes
Yes, ma'am.
that you are
we buy and
involved
sell.
with?
Yes, when we do a deal, we usually try to get it up as quick as we can on Facebook. We've got a lot of, we're Googling page 1 now with what we've had going on. So it's been kind of nuts. Lately, people call us from all over the planet to buy a home and then give them to the buyer's agents and Brittany, and off they go. Or
Brittany's
if they
been there a
need-
while. How many people do you have on your team?
Just 4 this week. It's been wonderful because, we were able to, man, this is going to sound arrogant, restrict who we do business with. It's been so fun that when we go into a closing, it's loud because we're going to have fun.
You're loud?
Yeah.
So-
ironically, isn't that funny?
I think of the show Selling Sunset. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Here we go. Let it begin.
You and your girls, huh?
Yes, this week I've been blessed with
Jason
some
or
great
Brett?
people.
Yeah, that's what I'm you know what I'm
The
talking
Up
about.
Behind Group. Which one
And
are you?
there's name calling. I won't define that. I rather enjoy this
With
part
all
of it.
their interesting attire.
You've got the
Yes.
bulb thing going, though.
Yeah, yeah.
So
haircut.
that's kind of what I think about. Yeah, so real estate is fun.
Yeah, it is.
And so is playing the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who, but that's kind of seasonal. What
Thank
do you
you
do?
for
What do you
having
do
us.
when Christmas is over? Who are you then?
He's still the Grinch, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, you got to get ready for seasonally. You got Scottish banking holiday, ukulele underwater restringing day. There's Valentine's.
Do you have other
St.
costumes?
Patrick's. Yeah, there's all kinds.
Do you
of
have other
holidays.
costumes? And maybe we need to talk
Probably,
about that.
yeah. Yes, probably. Yes, ma'am. High probability.
Do you do the Easter Bunny?
I've done all of them. Yes, and it's here comes
Well,
Peter
we'll just have to
Cottontail.
have you back on the radio so you can
Love
come
it.
in
Would love
costume.
to, but I'm
Brian's
so.
wife is a saint. She puts up with a
Oh, my
lot.
And
goodness.
she's doing well health-wise.
Yes, she is. She's great, man. We go to the doctor tomorrow, so she's
Thumbs up.
Everything is looking great.
Thumbs
Yes,
up.
it is.
Praise
It's been
God.
absolutely.
Amen.
So thank you for
Okay.
bringing us on board again to play Cindy Lou Who and the Grinch, and
It
we'll
was
do
just
it
so
again
much
next
fun.
year. That is
Oh.
more fun than we
Hey,
deserve.
well,
Okay.
My cheeks hurt at the end of the night.
Thank
from
you, Jen.
I
smiling
want to see
so
you on
much.
stage, though, soon.
Okay.
saying.
Challenge accepted.
Yes, my son is a little dramatic too, so
Bring him too. Come
Yes.
on. It could be I know several families that do that.
he's got pipes. He can
Okay,
sing.
so again, this is the Richardson Group of Realtors.com or on Facebook. Brian Richardson as the Grinch, Cindy Lou Who, aka Shelby Gatlin, and your call out place is.
AMCAP Home Loans.
And are you on Facebook too?
Yes, ma'am. You
Of
can
course,
find me on
of
all
course.
forces of social media.
Okay, get
Yes, ma'am.
online. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thank you,
having
dear.
us.
Have a wonderful next 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
You
Merry
Making
Christmas
memories
indeed.
and all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Here's to 2022.
Woo! Hang on. Here we go.
All right.